What's going on, Sagittarius? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of October 5th through the 11th of 2020. Appreciate you being here. We got a lot going on with Pluto coming online this week, and all the Capricorn energy in general is online and it's moving forward. It's the last time we're going to see all these planets come direct in Capricorn for the rest of our lives. So it's a crazy shift going on right now. And the sun, of course, is in your 11th house, so there's definitely a focus on the future, friendships, innovation, kind of looking in a new direction or making sure that you're aligned with the right people as well. It is going to come up and make a square. It's already kind of being pressed, and at the end of the week, it's going to get even closer to that square by Sunday to Jupiter. So Jupiter, in the second house here with this Capricorn energy, it's about your values, it's about self-worth, it's about finding the confidence, and there's been something about working on that ultimate confidence within yourself for the last year especially, and even 2.5 years since Saturn joined Pluto in Capricorn in your second house. So it's go time, I would say, to get that confidence and get ready to move forward in a big way, especially with groups and people. And it's almost like Jupiter wants to help you do that, but you almost have to make sure that you're aligned with the right people right now and looking for the future in an electric sort of connective kind of way. We do have the moon and Rahu, the north node. They are quincunx Pluto direct now, so I think it can feel a little weird. The moon on Rahu is a little uncomfortable in general, so emotionally with relationships and that kind of thing can be really difficult. That north node is also trying to have you build healthy relationships with yourself, with other people, and make sure that that's all lining up right. Emotionally, that's a big deal. Do you feel comfortable in relationships? Do you want relationships that are comfortable? You have to make sure that there's value and mutual reception there with other people. That moon's going to transit into Cancer, into, of course, your 8th house. This is definitely a big square here. We do look at kind of the way that this T-square is working with Mars. I'll come back to that. But Mars retrograde in your 5th house, kind of redefining your love life, making sure that you're finding things that are fun and stimulating and you're passionate about, and not focusing too much on things that are of another sort of, lower vibration. But to keep that happiness and joy out there is like the ultimate key. And Pluto could make that seem a little difficult as that square comes about. But it's about fixating on the love and transforming from the heart, and that's going to take you far. And then, of course, this opposition here to your 8th house of Cancer is asking you to kind of let go. I would say this moon here is like emotionally, what can you let go of to surrender and have like a rebirth, if you will, to something that's going to take you into the future and going to help you reach the next level with groups, with people in a big, powerful way. It's a lot. Well, we also have Mercury in your 12th house, which is kind of an interesting one. I think it's hard to figure out what you actually want right now. You kind of got to go deep within and let your intuition come and then trust it with your mind. And then Uranus in your 6th house is in opposition to that. It's kind of a sticky one. I think if you want this reality to take some crazy, exciting path, you need to not overanalyze, but at the same time let something electric come through in a very surrender sort of way, and then take that intuitive hit and run with it, and that could be extremely powerful. Mercury's slowing down, about to go retrograde on the 13th in your 12th house, so that's definitely something to look out for. You could want to, slip away mentally into things that are negative or even kind of destructive, so be careful about where your mind goes. Try to shift your mind to positive things, to love, to beauty, to your self-confidence and self-worth and values. And that's where the transformation's at. We got Venus here in Virgo in your 10th house, squaring, of course, it's going to square the moon, but that's not what I was going for. Sorry. It's going to trine Uranus in your 6th house. So I would say that the beauty and the comfort is in the daily things that are going to take you to the top. Where are the long-term goals at? And that's kind of where the value's at right now, is looking that direction and seeing the beauty in the work that you're putting in. But Uranus could have you take a whole crazy flip this week to help you see where those values actually lie, and to do the daily things that actually connect you to something that feels more divinely aligned towards a beautiful path towards where you want to go. this Venus here is in kind of an interesting spot. It is semi-quadrant over to Mars retrograde in your 5th, and sessi-quadrant over to your 2nd house of Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. So I would say that if it doesn't come from if it's not aligned with your heart, if it's not aligned with your values, and if it's not bringing you a sort of confident feeling to create from, Uranus is going to take you in a whole new way to find that, and you have to be willing to intuitively listen to that hit and go there. There's a lot about surrender. There's a lot about trusting in that intuition right now, especially with Neptune and Jupiter in sextile. That's getting really tight this week. The surrender is in that deep intuition and that kind of spiritual hit that you're going to get from deep within, and also being nurturing of yourself. And then the gift that I think Pluto wants to give here, I keep saying Pluto, that Jupiter wants to give here is like that ultimate reality of value that comes from a deep nurturing intuition, and being able to take care of yourself by not stressing, by letting, I guess, spirit just take the wheel, and by not getting lost in things that take you down a negative route, but to stay in a high vibration, which can be somewhat difficult if you're not aligned right with that Mars retrograde in your 5th. You want to stay in that happy, beautiful place that's aligned with the heart, and of course have relationships, have that connection as well. That's a pretty intense week, but I think you got this, Sag. What is your card? The 3 of Coins, upright. Yeah, I think keeping people in your life that are on that same mission, on that same goal, that want to level up with you are so important right now, especially with the Sun in the 11th. And I think you want to build something beautiful and, show off what you got. Venus in the 10th is definitely, show off what you can make, show off what you can achieve, and, see the beauty in what you're going after. But if it's not aligned with the heart, I think you're going to know that maybe there's something needs to change, and that some wild flip in your reality needs to take place. But I'd say overall, you have this power to create something beautiful, and you might have to team up with people, and you might have to make sure that relationships are on the vibe, that others are on the vibe, but, make sure that the vibe's right. Keep the people in your circle that are going to take you to the future in the right positive direction that's divinely aligned with you. I love you very much, Sag. Catch you next time.